Team close, madman. Understand? Good.
Good.
All Faces ENT Records.
Mad.
No,
Yeah, what's there?
done. Meet out now, joke, me killers a rock psycho, bunny for your clothes. I'm Mary full up your wardrobe, but no $50,000 when my want smoke. Dub plate price higher than coke, run flat pine road, start car with button pull gate with code. She a tip on two, one fuck to a rat bat song I never sold. The place dark when me grow, but pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of foe. Too much lyrics for can't find flow. DJ, some boy make slow, but chop on no credit, pam bang a phone. When you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in your grandmother house.
Clean clothes, bad man. Clock chips, so we roll. Kingston, are where me born. Brooklyn, are where me grow. The place dark where me from. Badness, are where we know. Choppy line daily, every day, man, I get it low. Diamonds, them a glow. Big Benz touch your road. High grade, man, I smoke. Mary pan the T.I. Christian Dior. You know the code. The rifle, them enough. When afraid and a foe. They should know.
The place dark when me grow, but pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of foe. Too much lyrics for can't find flow. Some boy make slow, but chop on no credit, pam bang a phone. When you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in your grandmother.
Pull up in the G63, clock 4-3, tuck under the white tee. Pocket full of green, all faces are grease. Sport button get pressed by turbo screen right now.
Dub plate price higher than coke, run flat pine road, start car with button pull gate with code. Shirt tip on toe, one to the rat bat song I never sold. The place dark when me grow, but pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of foe. Too much lyrics for can't find flow. Some boy make slow, but chop on no credit, pam bang a phone. When you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in your grandmother house.
Mad, laugh off of them. And they should die. One fats, one dark boss. Yeah, you see me say. Mad. Yeah, shines. All faces we say. Yeah.
Team close, madman. Understand? Good.
Oh man, see, I don't know what I'm doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? What am I doing here? What am I doing? What am I doing? Is it this one? Jeez Louise. Yeah. I thought I had it. Wow. Where did I go? I don't know where I went. Camera. Here we go. Wow. All right, here we go. This is just another air check. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure this all out. Haven't done this in a couple of months. New digs, trying to figure this out. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just sending it out because you got to promote. You know what I'm saying? You can't wait for the algorithm because you know the algorithm doesn't really help us. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just sending stuff out. Hopefully we get some viewers. All right. Oh yeah, Cassie. I gotta send this out to Cassie because Cassie's like the marketing director of Shakes Industries. Even she don't know it. She's like the marketing director. So everything's got to run by Cassie. And all right. So here we go. So last night we did a stream and a lot of people was hitting me up. But Jkool hit me up and was all like, Negro, what are you talking about? So I called him. He's like, what are you talking about? Do you not know what's going on? Like, where have you been your whole life? I'm like, I've been here. right? That's not the wrong one. I need a kid's laugh. Where's it?
And away we go.
Is this okay? I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm still learning my own equipment here. Okay. So Jkool, I don't need headphones. Don't need headphones. So Jkool hit me up and was all like, "Where have you been? Have you forgotten your whole childhood?" And I'm like, maybe. I mean, I am 51. I know the guns are coming back, but I am 51, and maybe I have forgotten a lot of things in my life. And then he started to talk. And I'm going to go into the story. As he's talking, a vision pops into my head. No, that's the wrong button. No, there it is. A vision popped into my head. I'm learning here. You gotta give me a chance here. I'm trying to figure this all out. This is my second ear check in about 6 months. So bear with me. Oh, I forgot the chat. See, you got to get the chat in. All right. We don't expose the chat until somebody's chat, because we don't want people to know that our chat's actually empty right now, even though we have 22 people on the check-in. Very good. Okay. So as Jkool is talking, a vision popped into my head. And my cousin threw a show. Not a show. My younger cousin had a birthday party at her house. And my cousin was like, "Yo, come by and chill, eat some food." So I came by and I chilled. And I'm looking at the crowd and I'm like, I know that kid from somewhere, but I don't know where I know him from. But I know him from somewhere. And then another young blood walks into the house. And I go, I know that dude from somewhere, but I don't know where I know him from, but I know him. I've seen him before. So all these young bloods are walking in and I'm like, I know him. And I'm feeling weird. Like, where the F would I know this young kid from? Because he's like 25. Like, I don't hang out with 25-year-old people. Like, where would I see this kid? And then 2 weeks later, I go into Unity and I'm like, oh, he's a DJ. Oh, he was at my cousin's party. He's also a DJ. That's odd. Like, why would my cousin? I mean, this was a banger. It started off as a breakfast, then it rolled into a brunch, then it rolled into a lunch, then it rolled into a dinner, and then it rolled into an after party. Like, these kids were there from like 8 in the morning and they didn't leave till maybe about 2, 3 at night, right? So it was a banger. They had to be 50 to 60 people at this thing. I mean, it was crazy. Like, you couldn't move in the kitchen. It spilled out into the hallway. It spilled out into the living room. There were people downstairs. There were people outside in the backyard. Like this was a complete banger. Complete banger. So 2 weeks later, I go into Unity and I'm all like, he's a DJ. That's a DJ. DJ. And as Jkool is talking, it started to make sense. But what was really weird to me was, how could you throw a banging party like this and not hire a DJ? Because all the dudes, well, not all the dudes, but dudes who DJ at Unity were at this party. But why didn't my cousin get a DJ? Well, she doesn't need a DJ because she has Apple Music and they had an iPad and everybody got a chance to be a selector, which was wild, right? So everybody, so one person would have the iPad and they would play their songs, and they'll give the iPad to somebody else, and then somebody else would play their songs, and they're just passing around this iPad, and everybody's selecting their songs. And it's a blast, right? The food is running, the drinks are running. It's madness, complete madness. And as Jkool started to talk, that came into my mind. Okay, so clearly the younger kids are listening to dancehall. Duh. But they're not coming out to places like Unity, right? And they're not going to other shows like in New York. Like they're not going to these hardcore dancehall establishments, the young kids. And then Jkool hit me with reality. Jkool said to me, Shakes, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't go into 3Cs. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be in 3Cs. And now I'm thinking, and then we started to talk. Because I always thought I was a 3Cs goer. But now talking to Jkool, I didn't really go to 3Cs that often. So let's give the backstory. 1992, I went to college. That lasted a year. Dropped out of college. Or did I get thrown out? I mean, that's debatable. So I came back and I started street promotions. Before I went to college, I was a DJ. And I tell this story a million times. So basically, I had one Technique 1200. Drew Nice had one Technique 1200. And we would give each other the other Technique 1200 if we had a party. So one day, the most famous story ever in Boston history, Drew Nice called me and was like, yo, let me borrow the turntable. I had to go and ask my mom, right? Because my mom bought me my Technique. It was like $400 back in... This is before college, right? It's like 91 or something. It's like 91. I'm like, Mom, I need $400 to tie a turntable because I want to be a super DJ like this guy, Funk Master Flex and Big Cat. And she was all like, so she bought me the turntable. So when I would get hired to do a gig, I would borrow Drew Nice's turntable because we both had a mixer and we both had one turntable. And then me and Drew Nice had our Technique 1200 synced to each other, right? So one day Drew Nice hit me up and was like, yo, can I borrow your turntable? I was like, yeah, let me ask my mom. My mom was like, hells no. He's not borrowing your turntable. And you know Jamaican parents. If he wants to buy your turntable, have his mother buy him a turntable. And obviously, Drew Nice, I've never said that to you, but that's what my mom said. That your parents should have bought you a turntable, not go borrow mine. But now we're old, I could say that. So I went to Drew Nice. I was like, yo, my mom's tripping. She won't let me, you can't borrow my turntable. But the crazy thing about that story was, years before that, Everlast and Black Moon, which was Drew Nice's sound, we had like murder beef because they're from Norfolk. We're from the Corbett Street area. So we just had beef with them. So there was like a rivalry between us and Drew Nice. Like it was a real like, God, it's so crazy. Like when you say like we had beef with pistols, we're like 12 years old. It's crazy. So fucking crazy. So crazy. So crazy when you sit down and when you sit down and think about that. We were little kids and we had beef like that. DJ beef. So then after that cooled, then me and Drew Knight started to work together and trading turntables. Then we had, and I always tell this story, but it's absolutely true. We had the biggest sound clash in Boston history. The biggest. It was Low Quats versus Poison Dart, and that's Sherwin's people, Sherwin's cousin. So me and we clashed Sherwin's cousin. Sherwin's cousin had to be like, I don't know, 15, 16, because I think I'm older than him by a couple of years. So if I'm 18, he's probably 16. And he had dubs. We have one person. There we go. Let's show it. Let's show it in the chat. Show it in stream. Yeah, how do we show it? There we go. So there it is. Jaw Powers, what up, baby? What up? Jaw Powers is in the building. So where the hell was I? Yo, big up Jaw Powers. Stitchy. Where the hell was I? Okay, so we had the biggest sound clash in Boston history, the biggest. And we were children. We were children when I said this, right? And I said that last night on the stream that money was easy to make back then when we were young. It was easy. Like I was DJing parties, probably getting like $100 a night when I was like under 18. Right. And we had a whole sound system and everything. And our parents used to drive us to the party, and we would set up our sound, and we would juggle for a little $100, call mom and dad, yo, can you come and pick us up, throw the shit back in the van. I remember Uncle White driving Jkool around with Stitchy B and Alvin and Crazy Dazzle and Cypress and we were little children. We were big sounds, but we couldn't drive anywhere. So our parents would drive us around, right? So after that whole situation, I went off to college. And after that sound clash, it was insane. I'm not going to exaggerate. There had to be 1,000 people there. It was right beside, if you know where Codman Square Health Center is, and beside it is like a lot. Well, that lot wasn't there, and Codman Square Health Center wasn't there. Yo, bro, we were the gods of the city. We were children. It was the city of God. You ever see the movie City of God, where you're seeing little kids like running the city? Like we ran the city, like children. Like I would get it beaten every night because I'm a little kid out 2, 3 in the morning. Like my mom and dad was like whooping my ass like every night. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, where are you coming from? Like, we were little children running in the streets, and we locked the reggae industry down. And it's not even exaggeration. Like, locked it down. We were crazy. And then Stitchy and Ghetto went back to Jamaica, started Lexus, and then started Midas. Like, we were children. Like, literally children. All right. So after that sound clash, it was crazy. There was like 1,000 people there. There was 1,000 people there. And I went off to college. And that was it for me for reggae. Vidi Vidi Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. We clashed Sherwin's cousin. We wrote them off. It was like when you went to Taurus Records, that was the cassette they were playing. Shotman from Rhythm Rider came up to me and was like, yo, I want you to come and talk on the mic for Eagle Force. This is pre-Rhythm Rider. This is when Junior Taurus Records. This is before Vibes. Like, Vibes didn't exist. What happened to the chat? How come I can't show the chat on stream? What's going on? There we go. Demo. Oh, that's the demo. Don't want the demo. All right. So I went off to college. And when I went off to college, my dance hall career ended. It was over. I was going to college. I wanted to become an orthopedic surgeon, and that was it. I was done with dance hall. I'm moving on. Did my first sound clash. Dean Junior College. Yeah, I went to Dean Junior College. Started listening to punk rock music. Came back out of 1 year of college. I came back listening to Metallica, Motley Crue. I was into death metal. I was like completely a different human being. Completely. Like my cousins are like, yo, this nigga's worshiping the devil over there. Oh yeah, Motley Crue, Metallica, Faith No More, Bad Brains, hardcore punk, mosh pits, Guns N' Roses, Slayer, Suicidal Tendencies, Pantera, Skid Row. I was a headbanger. Completely done with anything reggae or anything Jamaican. I was that. That's what I was doing. So when I came back, Jkool was still doing his thing. I mean, I met Jkool when Jkool first came from Jamaica. I met Jkool and Conroy right there, Conroy White Training, who, side note, is still the illest football player ever to play in the city of Boston. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, come on, Jug. You know that. You know that, Jug. Like, my cousin beat, like, English smashed all of y'all. We beat all of y'all. And he's in the chat. So if you got a problem with it, say something in the chat right now. I mean, right? Okay. So I came back. I left Jkool with a turntable. I came back from college a year later, and Jkool still doing this thing. But I got a job at Emmanuel College with First Security. So I would leave First Security, go right around the corner, and I'm right on Lansdowne Street. Right there on Lansdowne Street. And I'm going to, yeah, it's facts. It is facts. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, you're probably the only dude that left Boston that was actually in NCAA football, the video game. I used to play with pause. Come on, Shakes. Fix up your speech there. Fix up your speech. My cousin was in the game. I didn't play with my cousin. My cousin was in the game. So Conroy White, he was on the video game, and I used to play Wisconsin and throw the ball to him and shit on niggas. His speed was like a 99 in the game. Yo, Conroy White, speed was 100 in the game. Yo, real talk, Conroy, you need to go and sue, well, Illis, you need to go and sue EA Sports, because they use your image and likeness. Like, for real. They used your image and likeness, man. That's some bullshit. You got to get a check for that. But anyway, I came back, and Jkool was still doing Everlast. And I was into heavy metal. But I was going to Lansdowne Street. I was going to Mama Kin. My favorite group back then was Fatback. They're like a hip-hop live group. Mr. Liff. What's the other dude? I'm so old. That's why I hate doing this shit, because I'm just too old, and I forget people, and I want people to think I'm dissing them. But I just spoke to him. Acrobatic, Ed O.G., Premier or Gangstar. That's what I was into. I was into that type of music, like hardcore punk, heavy metal, and underground hip hop, like Backpackers, right? That's the shit I was into. So one day, I'm at home and I'm just chilling, and Jkool hit me up, called the house, and was like, yo, what you doing tonight? I go, I'm in the crib. He goes, we're going to a reggae show. I go, what? I go, what the fuck's a reggae show? He goes, I'm going to a reggae show. I go, a reggae show? All right, fuck it. I mean, I'll go to a reggae show. So in Grove Hall right now, is it Carver Den or Carver Lodge or Zodiac? I don't know what the hell this club was called, but there was a reggae club right in Grove Hall, right? And you go underneath. You see where the shopping center is? You would go underneath into this garage, and that's where they held reggae shows. So I'm at this reggae show with my cousin and Bucky Famous. And there's this artist there called Buccaneer. And I'm like, yo, what is this, man? Nah, like real talk. Like, this is not what I'm used to. Like, I'm used to girls, light show, smoke, fog. I used to drink Newcastle because that's what the Beastie Boys drank. You know what I'm saying? So I drank Newcastle. I'm like, you can't get Newcastle. You have to drink a Guinness. You have to drink a Heineken. I'm like, where's the expensive beers like Stella or Newcastle or the exotic German shit? I'm like in this warehouse with no light, stinks of weed, and that's okay. But everybody's so angry, and everybody's eyes is red, and everybody's screw face and gun finger. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, get me the fuck out of this environment, please. I'm begging you. So I'm like looking like, yo, this shit is fucking retarded. So Buccaneer comes on stage, and y'all probably, I don't know if y'all, I mean, Buccaneer, right? It was weird. He had the rat tail, the I don't know if y'all remember Buccaneer. So Buccaneer is there. And he's on stage, and somebody throws a beer at Buccaneer and wet up his shirt. And then a huge fight broke out. And I ran out of there. I'm like, yo, I'm done with this reggae bullshit. Reggae, fuck this shit. Like, this is crazy. Like, I come from I mean, if you can't, I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was empty. Nobody's there. Jkool said that Gangster Machine through that show. I'm like, this is some horse shit. The fuck is this? So that was it for me, for reggae. 18, 19, 20, I'm going downtown. It was 18 plus back then. So you could get into any place. Even the strip clubs were 18 plus. We used to go to the Fuzzy Grape. And I would never, ever in my life be caught dead in 3Cs or Unity or Zodiac or the Lodge or none of those places when I was young. Because those places, they didn't feel good. They just didn't feel good. They didn't feel like a place where, and it's not like, I guess I'm bougie, but when you're in college and you're going to college parties and there's a whole bunch of women in there and everybody's friendly. Yeah, there's a couple of tough guys in there, but you're with your niggas and you know it's just going to be a fist fight. But this whole dancehall thing just looked like gangsterish. Like, you can't even punch a dude in the face. He's going to go and shoot you. Like, these niggas is fucking tripping, yo. You know, downtown lighting, good-looking girls. It's just fresh, and everybody's young, and everybody's just having a good time. So that was my scene, and that's what I was into. And then I met Super D, and then Super D got me into reggae. We did a show at Syrian Temple. Girls got naked, and that's the beginning of Bobby Shakes. It's not because I like reggae. It's because women got naked. I'm just being real. I mean, the G strips popped, and that's it. That is it. And that's how I got into dancehall. So even me, Jamaican household, Jamaican parents, Jamaican family, I wouldn't go into 3Cs. Just like today, all my Jamaican cousins, they're not going to Unity. They're not going to Prince Hall. They're not going to Lido's. They're not going to none of those places. But they could sing any dance hall song word for word. Like any dance hall song, like every dance hall song, they know it. Because I witnessed it at the party. I witnessed them singing every dance hall song, whether it's new, old, and these kids were, they weren't just playing the new shit. They were playing like early juggling back in the day. Like, yo, how the hell they know this Dennis Brown? It's not the regular Dennis Brown. How do they know this Gregory Isaac? How do they know this John Boot or Tinga Stewart? Like, how do these young kids at this party know this music? But when I go to Unity, said DJs are not playing that music, which is also crazy to me. I'm at a party with 50 to 60, 25-year-olds. DJs that DJ at Unity are in the party. And when the early juggling is playing, everybody's doing Gunfinger and everybody's going crazy. Everybody's going crazy with all the early juggling, the Sanchez, Ghost, all of that shit. Because me and Jkool, we're just watching this. And we're looking like, yo, how the hell they know that shit? Like, how do they know that? So it's not like these young kids don't know the music. Like I said on stream last night, they know the music. They know the juggling. I don't understand why they don't juggle like that at Unity when I go there. I don't know, it's because everybody's just trying to bust. But these DJs, the same young DJs in Unity, the same young ones, was at my cousin's party and they're playing early juggling, but when they go to Unity, they ain't playing early juggling. Make that make sense. So the culture is alive and well. Dancehall is something that's not in any trouble at all. It's live, it's vibrant, it's good. Dancehall is good. They know the music, they know the stuff that they know these young kids, they know their era, they know my era, they know their parents' era, they know their grandparents' era. So they're going all the way back to Blue Beat. These kids know the music. It blows my mind that when they get to the club, they don't do it. So now let's talk about why these kids are not coming out. They're not coming out because there's nowhere to go. First of all, there's nowhere to go, right? There's nowhere for these kids to go. You got to understand too, 3C's has kind of, I don't want to say this because it's going to hurt the project that we're trying to release. 3C's have a make pretend legacy. Granted, it still is top 10 reggae venue globally. Top 10 reggae venue globally. 3C's is in it. But 3C's is like a ghost where people could lie and tell stories how great it is. Like 3C's wasn't packed every week. 3C's probably have, in my career, probably 15 legendary shows. Legendary. Okay. I didn't go to 3C's. So why would these young kids go to 3C's? I went downtown. And if you went downtown, the DJs would play reggae along with hip hop. So it's not like you weren't getting the culture. You weren't getting the hardcore dancehall culture, but you were still getting a little dancehall downtown. and everybody's young, and it's a more friendly environment, and there's just more types of women to choose from: white, black, Asian, Hispanic. Like, we used to go to the officers club. We were out in the officers club, and there was a club that there was a reggae club out in Saugus. I forgot. I think the officers club. I don't even know. I'm too old. But there was a club out in Saugus that was a dance hall night. There were tons of dance hall nights all over Boston. In Boston, Saugus, down Route 1. So it's like, and that's where your college friends were going. Your college friends weren't going to 3Cs. Now, granted, there were some young kids, young Jamaican kids that went to 3Cs, but I as a young kid, 18, 19, and 20, I wouldn't be caught dead in that fucking place. Like, what the fuck is this? There's no lighting. You can't get good alcohol. The place is a fucking dump. Toilets look like shit. Like, you can't bring a girl into the bathroom and do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You downtown at Access or Avalon or the Officers Club, you know, you could bring a girl in the bathroom and get it popping. Right? Back then, there was so many drugs on the countertop. Like, you just go into the bathroom and there's just drugs on the countertop. Anything you wanted, just drugs there. Right? You go to 3Cs and it's like the bathroom looked like the bathroom looked like the last time it was cleaned is when there was slavery. That's what the bathroom looks like. Like, the place is just disgusting. So I would never be caught dead in 3Cs before I got into dancehall. And when I got into dancehall and people started skinning out, it's like, yo, this is where I'm going to be. Yo, English, what's up, baby? What's going on? What's going on, English? Yeah. So 3Cs kind of have a little bit of a legacy that is part myth, part truth. 3Cs is really bigger than so Englishman is in here, right? Mikey Million was like Rhythm Rider was the college sound. So you got to understand, when we were young, right? The fuck we going to 3Cs for? We're going to Amherst, like parties, college parties. We're going to Harvard University. We're going to Northeastern. We're going to Simmons College. Simmons College was an all-women's college. Mount Ida, Mount Mattress. Why the fuck would I be going to fucking 3Cs? That fucking dungeon. Why would I do that? Why would I go to that dungeon? I'm going to a college party where you can meet a nice fly college chick. You know what I'm saying? You're getting all that imported. You get the girls from Atlanta. You're getting girls from DC. You're getting girls from California. You're getting girls from Asia. You're getting girls from Iceland and Finland and all these places, all these exotic women. You think I'm going to want to go to fucking 3Cs and look at scatter crushing some weed or fucking One Pop? I don't want to go hang out with One Pop. It's not my thing. It's a crazy environment. I don't want to hang out with those people. And that's what's happening now. These young kids are just partying at home and they're not going to Unity. The culture's alive. I witnessed it. I'm at a party at my cousin's house. She just turned 25. So everybody there's between 21 and 25. They're playing music that their grandparents danced to, They're playing music that their parents danced, that they're playing music to what their grandparents danced to. They're playing music that their mother danced to, and they're also playing music that they danced to. So they're playing reggae going back all the way back to the 70s. So the culture's not dead. It's just that there's no place for these people to go. And Jkool said it. He goes, you didn't go to 3Cs when you were young till you got into reggae. You were downtown. So these kids now, these young Jamaicans and young Trinis and young Haitians, they're not going to the hood to party. They're going downtown. They're hanging out at the Mix. They're doing brunch. They're at Venue and whatever and Bijou and all those things. That hip hop lifestyle where you're gonna hear one or two reggae tunes and it sounds good, but you in a nice environment. You know, all the girls are fly. Everybody's young. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't want to go to Unity and hang out with a 50-year-old One Pop. Like, I don't want to hang out with One Pop. Right? So I think we overthought this whole process. And just what Jkool said, he goes, we're overthinking it. The reason why these kids are just not coming out is because there's nowhere for them to go to, and they like an ambiance. And they're not going to come out in the hood. But they know the music. They know the culture. I mean, clearly, when you look at dancehall sales for concerts, like Cartel, it's selling out. I don't even see my cousins, them kids are educated dancehall people. Because from they were 6 years old, they were watching me, Jkool, VOG, Bucky Famous. They were watching the industry make it. Right? My little cousin would sit on Jkool's lap and Mikey Millen would come down to build a flyer. Junior Rodden would come over and build a flyer. So they've always been. I mean, there were times where my son and Jkool's daughter, they're in the studio as Jkool is making flyers. So they've been around the culture. So they're educated about the culture. But they will never, ever, ever, ever come out and see Baby Sham or Ding Dong or Dexter Daps. They're not going to those venues. They want a high-end vibe. And the crazy thing is they're getting on a plane, they're going to Jamaica. They're going to Dubai. They're going to Trinidad. They're flying all over the place. Right? So they're not going to these venues. Another thing Jkool said was the promotions was different. The promotions was different back then. You had one promoter, then you had a million sub-promoters. And all your sub-promoters went to college. Right? So if you were a promoter downtown, you would get a couple kids from Harvard, a couple kids from Northeastern, a couple kids from Brandeis, a couple kids from Amherst, and everybody's passing out flyers on the campus. And it's different. Even Conway, the illest in the chat. Ain't nobody more Jamaican than him. He grew up watching his older brother. He went out to college, to Wisconsin to play football. He came back 3 months later and was looking at us like, y'all niggas is crazy. Like, what the fuck are y'all niggas doing? It's like, oh, we're going to 3Cs. It's like, I ain't going to that shit. You got to understand, he's on the football team. After a game, you're in the bar. Everything is lit. Everything is lit. You just beat Michigan or you just beat Penn State and everybody's lit. Ron Dane is killing niggas. Ron Dane is killing niggas. And Wisconsin is on a tear and he's on the team. And he's out in Wisconsin and he's at the bars and there's all type of fly shorties from all over the world. Wisconsin's a big ass college. You're basically a celebrity on that football team. He's on the sideline. He's looking across the sideline and it's Drew, the quarterback for New Orleans Saints. What's that dude's name? I forgot the dude's name. He won the Super Bowl. Yo, Illis, tell me that quarterback's name that played for the Saints that won the Super Bowl, that went to Purdue, right? So he's looking across the sideline. He's seen that dude from Purdue that played to the NFL. Next week, he's on the sidelines. He's looking at Tom Brady for Michigan. He's looking at Penn State. He's looking at Ohio State. So Drew Brees. So he's looking at Drew Brees on the other sideline. So everything is lit. Everything is lit. He left for August, September, October, November, December. 5 months he came back to Boston and was all like, what the fuck are y'all niggas into? Like, what is this? It's like, nigga, you just left. He's in a different environment. He's in a different environment. And he's hardcore Jamaican. Went to college for 5 months, came back, and was looking at 3Cs like, I ain't going into that fucking shithole. Because the clubs that he was used to out in Wisconsin is different. And don't forget, you on the road, right? You win a Rose Bowl, you go to the Playboy Mansion. So now he's hanging out in the Playboy Mansion. He's in Hawaii. He's traveling all over the globe. And then he comes back to Boston. It's like, yo, we going to this lit party. And it's like, we're going to go and see friggin' Zebra at 3Cs. He's like, I ain't going to that bullshit. So it's the same exact thing with my young cousins. They're not coming out. So it's not like dancehall is not reaching those people. It is reaching those people, but they're just not going out to the venues where the dancehall events is happening. And like I was saying with the club promoting thing, everybody, so it's just a more beautiful, rounded situation. And then when you go into these dancehall places like Zodiac and Carver Lodge and Carver Den or Prince Hall or Talbot, the one on Talbot Ave or K's Oasis. I mean, we didn't go to Unity growing up because Unity is for Trinis. I've been in Unity more time in the last 2 years. Listen to this. I've been in Unity more times in the last 2 years than I've done in 30. Make that make sense. I've been to Unity more times in the last, no, not even 2 years, 1 year than I've been to Unity in the past 30 years. And all my cousins know, my young cousins know that Unity is for Trinis. Jamaicans, we don't go to Unity. And we didn't go to K's either. And another thing, I didn't go to 3Cs that much. Yeah, I was in 3Cs, but now that I'm thinking about, like, Jkool was telling me, like, yo, you weren't even in 3Cs that much. I was in Jamaica. Nah, Illis, I don't even have a memory. Jkool just said all this shit to me. Jkool was all like, because Jkool watched the stream yesterday, was like, nigga, you lost your mind. Yeah, I'm just beginning to Jkool jog my memory today, and I'm just spitting it out. I'm just spitting it out right now so I don't forget it, so it's documented. But yeah, yeah, man. I wouldn't. So that's the issue, and that's why the young kids are going out. They want ambiance, and They have access to music that it's not going to have, right? They could pick their songs. They could have a party. They could be at their friend's house because our family's lit. Like, no bullshit. Our family's lit. Like, everybody's welcome to hang out with our family, right? Like, our family's lit. So, like, our family's lit. Like, motherfuckers be coming over and be fucking chilling, right? And everybody's bringing bottles and everybody, I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is it. This is it all day. Our family's lit. So all their friends are over and they just hanging out over there. And these are things that they can't do at Unity. I have, out of all my cousins, I only have one cousin that goes to Unity on the reg. One cousin that's in Unity every weekend. All my other cousins are like, nah, I mean, I want to be downtown. I want to go to exotic places. But they're buying the music. They're buying the music. They know the music word for word. So it's not like they don't know what's going on. They know they're good. The culture's good. The culture's good. It's just the nightlife is dying, but the culture is good. Everything now is 18 plus. It was 18 plus back then. Now it's 21 plus. That's also a reason why a lot of these venues, nobody's going. Because it's 21 plus. Back in the day, it was 18 plus. Right? So that's also different. It's college. You're in college. You have college friends. You ain't got time. You're not going to these places. And there's no disrespect to these places, but you're just not going. Because I didn't go. And Jkool reminded me, said, yo, you didn't go to 3Cs. Because I wouldn't have. Why the fuck am I going to 3Cs for? Yo, I'm telling you, my first show was at Hibernian Hall? No, Syrian Temple. Because I used to videotape skateboarders. And I was at the park. I was at Walsh Park. And D-Bass came up to me and was all like, Super D. Was all like, yo, what are you doing now? I was like, what do you mean I'm doing now? I'm doing skateboarding. I said, you're not spin? Spin what, music? Nigga, I was spinning music when I was 12. I'm fucking 18, nigga. That's just the past. Spin music? Who fucking does that? I was like, nah, you need to come and videotape my show. I said, videotape your show? Like, what type of show? It's like, I have a freak. A who? A freak. They're a sound. What's a sound? Said, Mario, just come. I'm like, yo, no. I need to know what the fuck you're talking about. You say a freak. I'm not into no freaky shit. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Sound. I don't know what is a sound. I don't know nothing what you're talking about, bro. Because all that history has been deleted from my mind. I was completely out of dancehall. I was recording skateboards. Like you can see right here, all the snowboarders. That's what I was into. I was into snowboarding. I was not into no reggae. And when I stepped into Syrian Temple, and them girls started to strip and skin out all over the place. That's when I knew it's time to be Jamaican again.